Alright, so I last left off, I think I completed everything, and I think the game should be fully playable right now. I think in the next tutorial that we're doing, we're going to be trying to make it look nicer by like using the text mesh pro, which is, I think you'd go to UI and then this one, just to make it look nicer. But so far this is what I have, so let's just play it. And then we clicked on the maximize on play, which essentially makes the game full screen when we're trying it out. So alright, so welcome to your school story adventure. At each stage you'll be asked to push a key or keys. Oh no, I should have just said key on the keyboard. For example, 1, 2, or 3. At any point in time, press Q to quit. We haven't implemented that, but I think there's a way for me to do it. I guess I can try to figure it out right now, actually. So in here, which is where the logic is at, we can read the input, I guess. Else if input dot get key down, and then key code, and then I don't know the exact word to look for, so I'm just gonna look it up. Alright, so the letter I'm looking for is Q. So I wonder if it's just Q. It is, alright. So that's capital Q though. Key code Q. So if he presses Q, then current state. Actually, no. So what do I want to happen when Q is pressed? Well, I want to restart the whole thing, right? So I wonder if there's a way to pick a specific state. Because in our game logic, right, or in our, we do have different states. I wanted to go back to the introduction. So I wonder if there's a way to kind of reference this into code. So kind of like, because in Java, to instantiate an object, which should be in this, the same for C#, I believe, but you do like this, like state introduction. There's a new state. Our state class being here, which doesn't have anything, to be honest. So you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave it up to the, like, I don't have the knowledge for it right now, so I'm gonna see if the tutorial follows it. So let's just go try out the game for now. Alright, so press 1 to continue. It is your first day in college, and you had just woken up in your cold, dark room. You realize that you woke up way too early because you were stressing out about your future for over half the summer. You still have 3 hours before you actually have to get up and drive to school. What do? For me, if I had 3 hours, I'd try to go back to sleep. You start to lucid dream about your new professor lecturing about computer science related topics. The professor started to pick on students to answer difficult questions on the first day. Whoever answers incorrectly will be expelled from the class. Strict, I know. You made eye contact with the professor, and now he asks you one of the most difficult questions possible. How to print hello world using assembly language. So I had like one class that related to assembly language, and I did not learn much of it at all. And that was mainly my fault because I didn't really want to learn it. I mean, it was interesting to know, like, since that's like the lowest level in programming other than binary, but yeah. So how do I respond? I would question, like, if this was a data structure class, because like, why were you asking us this? And then the professor looks at you menacingly. His body starts to shapeshift into a red deviled figure. I don't know. He grabs his ruler and pierces your body. You woke up from this, and looked at the clock to find out you had been late to class. You wish you could start this day all over again. And if I press quit, it should go to the introduction. But then if I press, or I'll continue. So to get to be successful in my game, you'd have to kind of wake up, and you do this by creating an event that will cause you to like wake up, because it's either too exaggerated. In this case, it would be getting humiliated. So I would go back to sleep, and then I would respond, "I don't know." So the professor looks at you while laughing. He points out that you were unprepared and continues to make fun of you. Oddly enough, it seems like he's actually enjoying this. He suddenly forgot about his rule of expelling people who get the answer wrong, and continued with lecture. You feel humiliated, and people behind you start to giggle. And so now your option is to wake up or punch the professor. And yeah, so let's punch the professor. Game over. Oh, I think I forgot. I think I'm supposed to remove that. You got up from your chair and one punched the professor out of existence. Then you start to hear your classmates cheering for you. Suddenly, a party started, and you start having a blast until you hear a loud disturbance. What could be? What could it be? It was the alarm. The first class had already finished, and you just woke up. And you wish you could start this day all over again. And then we try. So the right answer is I don't know, and then you would wake up. I need to change that. You hear the alarm going off, but luckily it had just started. So you wash up, prepared your meal for the day, and headed off to school. You are actually early to class. The professor notices this and starts to communicate with you about your summer. You guys actually had a decent conversation, and the professor actually likes you. Class ends, and you drove back home. Then you went to your bedroom to relax again. It was a good day. And then you finish. And that would be my game. Alright, so I'm gonna, I guess, follow this tutorial now. Alright, so we're given another kind of a pseudo challenge. It's just us polishing our current game. I guess I can try to change the color, but I don't really mind the blue, red, white, and black. But let's see. Let's look at the color compatibility. So which one matches what I think? Maybe this. So for example, we'd have the border, or no, the background text would be is that color? Oh wow! All right, we could stick with it. And then the background, which is the camera, I believe. Go with this one. I mean, that's not bad looking, I guess. And my school story, the text. I wonder how that would work. Or maybe this actually. Yeah, actually that might look good there. So let's see how that looks. You then hear the students and the professor laughing at you as you try to enter the room. You wish you could start this day all over again. I guess that's a pretty good color scheme. Wow. Yeah, I didn't really think about searching color compatibility until now, and I think it's really good. It really helps save some time thinking and testing things out. Yeah, so I guess this is my final game for the project. What do we mean when we refer to a game's theme? think it's this one. Which of the following is not one of Unity's main windows? We do have hierarchy. Canvas is an object, I think. Scene is the where we are looking at the when we're testing out our game. Inspector is when we're looking at the property, so it's canvas. What is the name of this tool? So this is the pane. Well, the pane view. This is to move the object. This is to rotate the object. This is to enlarge the object, and this is to treat it as a rectangle, I guess. I know it's called a rectangle though, because it's rectangular. Using serialized field in front of declaring a variable allows us to do what? Make the variable public to all scripts. How many states can our adventure game be in at any one point in time? I think it's one state. Oh, alright. If creating a scriptable object class, what do we write at the top of our script to ensure that our class is derived from scriptable object? So it's this one. When called, what will be the following method return? It will return the value of the specific variable, which is an integer. What does an array allow us to do? Store multiple types? Nope. Store multiple elements of the same type? Maybe. Store multiple variables of different types? Nope. Store multiple elements of the same type in multiple? No, just one variable. Which statement is most accurate in describing when it is possible to use the var keyword to declare a variable? When the variable is at the top of our class, when we are declaring but not initializing the variable, when we are both declaring and initializing a variable in such a way that it is clear what type of variable we have created, when we need to return a variable but doesn't matter what type of variable is returned. I think it's this one, because from what I remember, we just use it because we know what type it should be, I guess. In Unity 2018, where do we manage the importing and installing of Text Mesh Pro? In the Packet Manager. Nice.